My name is Celia Bourgeois, and I'm 84.
Aunt Cecily lives alone. She has no children. She just has nieces, and she practically raised me. She stayed with my mom and I when she was younger, and we're very close. I mean, she's like a mother to me. I would say her favorite thing to do is taking care of children, because since I've known her, she's helped her sister with her children. She's helped my cousin with her children and her grandchildren. And then she lived with us. She took care of me while my mom worked. My cousin, who was taking care of her, got really sick and she couldn't do it anymore. So the lady next door started taking care of her and taking her to the bank when she got her check and taking her to the grocery to get her groceries with her food stamp. I called to check on her one day and she was crying. And I said, "What's wrong?" And she told me that she had a light bill that had not been paid. And that's when we found out what was really going on, that this person was taking advantage of her, was taking her to the bank, drawing all her whole Social Security check out of the bank, and was not doing what she was supposed to do. And the food stamps, she was using them, but she was buying groceries for herself, not for my Aunt Cecily. When we came here, she had no groceries in the refrigerator. Her light bill had been several months behind. Her phone bill was behind. The Volunteers of America got involved when we found out what this lady was doing. Volunteers of America came in and spoke with us and gave us advice on what to look for and what to do. I don't care if it would be a total stranger, my next door neighbor. If I knew of anybody that was being abused or misused or taken advantage of after what we've been through, I would definitely call Volunteers of America, because no elderly person should go through that. I don't care who they are. And even if they be a stranger to me, I would call and try to get help for them. Yes, I would. The Volunteers of America played a big part in getting Ms. Bourgeois back on the right track where she needs to be.
I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana in 1962. I graduated from Brother Martin High School. I was an overachiever. Much of the time I had earned 4.0 averages. When I started college, I was very unmotivated, sad and depressed. Eventually, I was put upon many types of medications, psychiatric, and these medications did not work for me. These medications actually made me feel worse. My situation was an unbearable one, and I found myself eventually homeless on the streets. I was on and off on the streets for about 2 years, and then finally, fortunately, I was able to move in with my sister. During that time span, I was diagnosed with atypical schizoaffective disorder, a form of schizophrenia. I was placed on a medication that did work for me, finally. Then Volunteers of America stepped in to assist me. This time was one of the greatest periods of my life.
Volunteers of America's Mental Health Services program provides support for people who are bipolar, suffering with depression, schizophrenia, and post-traumatic stress disorder, just to name a few.
Due to the fact that I was on the right medicine finally, and I acquired great support from Volunteers of America, I was able to continue with my studies, and I earned a master's in education, curriculum and instruction at the University of New Orleans. My sense of self-confidence and positivity increased.
One of my passions is helping people. So, working for Volunteers of America and being able to help people, live independently in the community, make them knowledgeable about the different resources that they can utilize in the community.
I feel that Volunteers of America has helped me to remain within a very stable environment and has allowed for me to pursue my goals and dreams in the fullest way possible.
The day we got married in Abita Springs. It was kind of a blur, I think, because we were so busy and had so much going on. Little did we know our life was going to get a lot busier after that, but we knew that we wanted to have children before we got married. We had already discussed it. We both worked full-time, but we knew that that was something that we could definitely take on.
A few days before Aiden was delivered, I started feeling ill, and my blood pressure started going up. I just thought that, gosh, maybe I was going to have to go on bed rest. And little did I know, but a few hours later they told me that indeed Aiden had to be delivered the next day. In the nursery, he almost didn't look like a full baby. Right now, we've been very fortunate to be able to enroll him in school, and so when it's not the summer, Aiden attends school with his regular classmates. He's very active. We have enrolled him in a baseball league. He also goes to swimming. He's very active in playing with his brother, as well as with many of the teachers and other folks that work with him. And then during the course of the day, he receives therapies, physical therapy, speech therapy, and occupational therapy. We want to spend quality time with him, but sometimes there's just not enough hours in the day. So when Aiden became eligible to receive services, we got a list of programs from the Metropolitan Human Services District, and right away we actually recognized the name of Volunteers of America.
For me, the biggest thing that Volunteers of America has provided is that break. With Kira and I both being full-time working parents, when you get home and you still have an entire night of activities to do, stuff that it's really hard for us to do when there's nobody there to help Aiden or to be with Aiden. Aiden needs that interaction, and sometimes it's really hard for both of us to provide it at the same time. Like I said, working full-time, sometimes we have to work at night sometimes, even if it's at home. But that's time away from Aiden, time that we don't want to have that time away from Aiden.
The great thing about Volunteers of America is that they have worked to provide supportive services or personal care services for Aiden that are both, I think, very beneficial to him and are very helpful to us. To be able to have someone to provide quality interaction with your child while you are able to prepare their food or catch up on paperwork or follow up on phone calls is just an immense assistance and a great interaction for the child.
Knowing that Volunteers of America is there to help, to give that support, can't say enough about how valuable that is.